I have constantly been looking for, throughout my life, the answer to what the term we call Christian counseling. What happens inside of a person emotionally from a biblical perspective. And after spending a lot of money and a lot of time in graduate school, going to seminary, going to graduate school in counseling and psychology, there was really nothing that fit the two together. I remember asking one of my professors in seminary, the senior professor of the counseling department, I said, "What is Christian counseling?" And he said, well, this was his answer. He said, well, when I'm at church and I'm teaching my Sunday school class, I am a Christian teaching my Sunday school class. When I'm at work, I'm a counselor. Therefore, I am a Christian counselor. Well, I found that quite unsatisfactory. There was nothing that I could find other than the broad picture and theology of the soul, the mind, and the spirit, and what those were. There was nothing that really dug into how we function. What does the Bible teach us about that? I really felt, Brennan, like I've tried everything. I've been to church, I went to seminary, I've got the counseling degrees, and yet I'm dissatisfied with my life and making poor choices. Why? What is going on? I have to find something greater than what I have had in the past to give me the life that I need, that I want, the peace that I'm looking for. And that sent me on a path, on a spiritual journey, to really come to the realization that I don't have whatever it is inside of my skin to make my life better. I had the education, I had the experience, I had all of that, but none of it was working. And I had to go on a search outside of my skin. A real search to find some real power, which of course I went to the Bible, began to study, look. Every time I saw the word spirit, I would see power. Every time I see power, I would see spirit. And I knew that the spirit had to be my answer. It was the only thing that was greater than me, that was outside of my skin, but could also come inside of my skin. It was transdermal. And so I started seeking more and more of that. I'm getting to the answer of the question, which is this. Out of my own personal journey, I ran into Colossians chapter 3. And in Colossians chapter 3, it's a simple synopsis of the first 17 verses where Paul is giving the Colossians people everything in a nutshell. And he's saying, you want to know what the answers are? Here they are. He was talking to his spiritual grandchildren. And he was having a conversation with them, and he was telling them, here's everything you need to know. If you have been raised up, keep seeking things above, where Christ is seated at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, for you have died, and your life is now hidden with Christ in God. I started studying those 17 verses, and they led me to these 6 gates, 6 things, passages of spiritual growth that have to be done in sequential order that are right there in those 17 verses. And I'd never seen it before. And it fit perfectly with everything I had learned developing spiritual parts. And so, Gates of Faith kind of came to me. Gates of Faith was revealed to me out of my own personal burdens, need, journey. And I just put it in a book, it just kind of fell out, It's like you hear these songwriters, they talk about writing these great songs and it took them 10 minutes. Well, it didn't take me 10 minutes to write Gates of Faith, but the understanding of it did. It came to me that way, and I had to get it out.